Hi, today I want to talk about your nut, the nut of your business, your monthly nut. What even is a monthly nut? So, what a monthly nut is all the money you need every single month to keep the lights on in your business. This is so important. And most entrepreneurs have no idea unless they've worked with me. And if they have worked with me, then they will know that number if I ask them off the top of their head. Yes, it's an ever changing number and it's hopefully constantly growing, which is a good thing. Um, that's what your monthly nut is. And it's an average of your expenses, not just your expenses, but the money you need to take out of your business to support yourself, to pay your taxes, to pay any loans or debt you have. Like, so you can't come up with this just by looking at your profit and loss. You need to factor in some other things. And this is, I walk you through on calculating your monthly net in my profitability blueprint inside my course. And also if I work with you one on one. And you know what that number is. And it's such an important number to know, right? Because if you're going along and you're making sales and I have to make $15,000 this month to cover everything. And you hit that the 15th of the month, you're like, great, I'm good. The rest is gravy, right? Or the opposite could happen. And you could be getting towards the end of the month and you're not at your monthly nut and you're like, okay, I need to pull out all the stops right now because I need to hit this nut number. So that's what it is. And how you calculate it is you take an average of your expenses. You can either use a year, you can use the last like 3 months, 6 months, but you want to make it an average. And that's the first piece of the puzzle. Make it an average of your expenses because they're going to change, right? So, but decide, does it make sense for it to be a year, 3 months, or 6 months? You get to decide because our businesses are ever evolving. And maybe you just hired a new team member or, your expenses change one way or another. So you need to make conscious decisions to decide if the number that you're coming up with makes sense too, and what numbers to look at. Um, then you want to factor in your taxes, right? So get a tax number. Talk to your accountant and say, is this number 30% of my profit? Is this number 20% of my profit? What is that number that I need to put aside for taxes every single month? That way, there's no surprise come the end of the year or April when your tax accountant comes to you and says you owe $10,000 or 20 or 50 or whatever the number is. You're like, oh, yeah, I got that sitting over here in my other account. Here it is. And you're off and running, right? So, and then the last piece is what you want to get paid out of your business, right? How much money do you want to support yourself, your family, um, and the things that you want to do? So, and then the last piece is any debt you may have. So, you will not see your debt if you're doing it correctly on your profit and loss. You will see the interest part of your debt because your loan payment is not deductible. Only the interest part of your loan payment is deductible. So, whether it be a credit card or that has a revolving balance or a line of credit or any of that, any kind of debt that you want to pay down, or there's a monthly payment too, you want to factor that into your blueprint as well. So, or into your monthly net. Um, Once you have all these things, then you can calculate what that number is, what your monthly net is, and how big it is. That will help you run your business and know every single month that you got it covered. Thanks, and I'll talk to you in the next video. See you then.